Welcome back, Brock Page here, second installment, week 16. Tampa Bay plus 9.5 at Carolina. No number on the total as of yet. Should see the Sharps fading the Bucs in this one. Carolina's 9-5 against the spread overall, 4-3 covering at home, 3-1 ATS in their last four. Another reason why I'm expecting most of the early action to go toward Carolina. This Tampa team on the road. The Bucs failed to cover 6 of 7 matchups on the road this year. The Bucs also failed to cover 7 of 8 as the official Vegas underdog. Tampa's also a winless 0-5 against the spread as the official road underdog. Even worse, it gets worse. This Tampa team has struggled to cover against elite ball clubs, going 0-4 against a number facing teams over 500. They've also gone 0-3 ATS against teams giving up less than 21 a game. Could see some fireworks in this one, though. Tampa games went 3-1 to the over in their last 4, throwing out last night's game versus Atlanta. Meanwhile, on the other side, Carolina games went 4-0 to the over in their last 4 themselves. Not sure where this one will open up at, but I have to imagine we'll see significant over money in the early going. All told, though, we should see a pretty good showing out of this Panther ball club at home in the Queen City. All told, I'm buying the hook and leaning toward the Panthers, -9, getting the job done against the spread. Next game I have for you, it is going to be another divisional rivalry. Big matchup here, Atlanta plus 6.5 at New Orleans. No number on the total as of yet. Should see most of the early action on Atlanta in this one. Nice win on the road over the Bucs last night on Monday Night Football. Pretty high opening number on this one, too. I think the markets open this one a tad too high, perhaps looking to get a lot of action on the Falcons in the early going. Here's a couple reasons why I think the early bettors will be fading the Saints in the early going here. Reason number 1, Saints are cold against the number as of late. New Orleans failed to cover 3 of their last 4 contests, 4 of their last 5. They also failed to cover the spread in their previous matchup with the Falcons just 2 short weeks ago. Reason number 2 to fade the Saints. Falcons are hot against the number as of late. Atlanta successfully covered the spread in 4 of their previous 5 matchups, throwing out last night's game against Tampa Bay. And reason number 3, we'll probably see more action on the Falcons. They cover against good teams. More specifically, this Atlanta squad's gone 5-4 against the number when facing teams over 500. And most recently, they've garnered themselves some marquee covers over the likes of Seattle, Dallas, and these very New Orleans Saints. Now, scoring-wise, lots of unders in these Atlanta games as of late. 3-0 to the unders in their last trio of games. One of those unders came against the Saints, just 37 total combined points in that matchup. Meanwhile, on the other side, very similar story as Saints games went 2-1 to the under in their last 3 before this past week's action against the Jets. They were actually held to just 18 points per contest on average in those unders as well. I have to imagine we'll see a pretty high opening number in this one. Probably we'll see it open at around 48 at the least, and definitely wherever it opens up at, look for that number to get bet up throughout the week. That said, though, I'm personally going to take a pass on the total as these two teams might just be due for some fireworks in this one. I will, however, make a play on the spread as I think the Falcons can keep it within a touchdown here in the heart of a playoff run. So all told, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it up, and take the Atlanta Falcons +7, getting the job done against the spread. Next game I have for you, it is going to be Chargers-Jets. The Jets are taking a lot of early money here. Chargers opened up 7.5, now bet down to just -6. Totals at 42.5. And at the moment, the Chargers are laying 290 to win it. I think we're seeing a good spike here for the New York side. Nice cover by them against the Saints last week. Meanwhile, on the other side, dismal performance by the Chargers against the Chiefs. Going to be tough for folks to back them after the ass kicking they received at Arrowhead. That said, I've got to imagine there's a number that this spread will get down to where public bettors will just start fading the Jets. Probably that 5.5 number is where we'll start to see some folks start to back the Chargers heavily. And if that scenario does indeed occur, it's certainly justified. The Chargers are a solid covering team on the road. They certainly travel well. Right now, the Chargers find themselves at 5-2 against the spread in all their games away from home. They've also been red hot against the spread as of late, going 4-2 against the number in their last 6. And on a side note, this Chargers squad has gone a perfect 2-0 in their 2 games that kicked off at the current posted total. They're going up against a Jets squad who lost 4 of their last 5, losing by an average of 12 points per contest in those defeats. Now, scoring-wise, ton of unders in these Charger games. 4-0 to the under in their last 4. And believe it or not, they're actually 8-1 to the under in their last 9. Should see some under money coming in on the total in this one. All said and done, though, the Jets have been really good against the number this year in many categories, so I have no real urge to totally fade them in the spot here. All told, I'm going to take a free pass in this one, although the Chargers should be able to take care of business with an outright victory. All right, I'm going to slide into my next and final game for the show, the next and final game of my 1 o'clock Eastern slate of games, and I'm talking about Denver at Washington. Pretty low number in this one. Washington opened 4, now bet down to 3.5. Total open 42, now just 40.5. And at the moment, the Skins are the $1.75 favorites on the money line. A couple reasons why I think Denver bettors should be concerned. Reason number 1, they're terrible on the road. This Denver squad's failed to cover 6 of 7 matchups away from home. They're also a dismal 0-3 against the spread as the official road underdog. Reason number 2, to fade the Broncos. When expected to lose, they lose. This Broncos squad's covering a measly 33% of their games as the official Vegas underdog. They're also 1-4 in their last 5 matchups when catching points. And reason number 3, you might want to lean Redskins in this one. Washington's covered 2 out of 3 as the official home favorite. That means when they're giving up points at FedEx Field, they're actually getting the job done. They're also 2-0 against the number in their last 2 games in the friendly confines. Now, when it comes to the total, lots of unders in these Redskin games. 3-1 to the under in their last 4 to be exact. Meanwhile, same exact song and dance on the Denver side as their games went 3-1 to the under in their last 4 themselves. Should see a lot of money coming in on the under in this one. This will be one of those rare occurrences where I go rogue and actually bet against the trends. I think we should see some scoring between these 2 teams. So I know I made the case for the under, but I think we'll see some fireworks. So all in all, I'm going to go ahead and make 2 plays on this game. All told, I'm going to buy it down to Redskins -3 with the over 40.5 in this one. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me for my second installment of NFL Week 16. Got one more video coming up later in the week, maybe tonight or tomorrow. But that's going to be the late games for NFL Week 16, so be on the lookout for that. And as always, answer the poll questions in the comments section, and they will pop up in the first minute of the video in the top right of the screen. I love to hear what you guys think, whether positive or negative. The negative comments are actually quite humorous to read, but I always appreciate the positive ones as well. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. Before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. And for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page. And have yourself a positive day. I guess I should stop standing here now. Yeah. All right, I'll see you. Guess I should press the button.